Hmm.
And we live. Let me send this link out. Get a few people up in here before we start talking our talk. But yeah, hey man, sometimes it is difficult to have certain conversations, and for me, it's like both ways because I'm trying to have conversations with people on both ends to kind of meet in the middle, and it be
Yeah.
like, so you just gonna ignore the truth?
Man, and you know the thing about it is in the sake of fairness, I'll say this: it seems like you can find these people like, and it doesn't matter what particular ideology they belong to, what their religious beliefs are, but you can find just like people who are on any side who are just like committed to like, I don't care what you say, like I don't care what you put forth. Um, it, it really doesn't seem to matter, man, and that's the thing that makes conversations painful because if we could operate and what I try to do is at the beginning of every conversation is establish a foundation that way we can build from there so we can always like refer back to like what the rules are were that we laid out in the beginning. But I don't know, it's difficult to do. I can tell you that.
Yeah, man. Cause and people be so dug in that it's like, hey, I'm not really trying to hear. I'm not trying to hear what you got to say. So it just get to the point where you just be like, you know what? I forget it because this this thing, this conversation with this individual ain't gonna go nowhere. But
Yeah.
then they get mad when you say the conversation ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, well, so I just jumped off the live the live discussion that I was on just a few minutes ago for that very reason because I'm like, bro, and I'm like, listen, all I'm like, I'm telling him like the criteria you laid out. I promise you, I can operate within your criteria, and I can show you like things. And so like it really doesn't matter like what criteria a person lays out. Like I really feel like I can operate within that framework. But that's one of the things that like I don't know, like debate, discussion, philosophy, or like you learn to like respond within a person's particular worldview. So I'm trying to do that, and then the brother's going off me. I'm like, bro, you the one who said I could do this. Like you said this was the criteria, and after a while, I was like, bro, hey man, unfortunately, don't look like we're getting anywhere. I'm gonna just jump off the live. You free to continue on without me. So I exited the thing, but yeah, because I'm like, bro, I can't get in 3 sentences because even if I'm doing what you say I should be doing, you getting upset. So.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, man. It just it's a task. I'll just put it like that. Especially when you trying to get certain. That's why I say Sonetta is he a master promoter, but he also a master of getting people to have these different dialogues. Because I sometimes, man, I get brothers and I'll be like, yeah, man, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and I've had several conversations that I done made the little flyer for. I didn't start telling people about, and it break down because of an insult, or it break down because of a particular thing was said and won't be taken back, or it just,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, so we really ain't doing it? Nah, I'm like, yeah, because of that. For okay,
Hey, hey, bro, listen. By the way, listen, man. I'm looking for the thing on my phone because listen, I was sitting there watching Sonetter's thing, man, and he was moderating a debate, and when I tell you, like, I cried laughing at his response. I legit, I cried laughing at his response, man, because one of the dudes who was debating accused Sonetter of being biased. Hey, hang on, wait a second, wait, just listen.
Scientists have found proof of God in the code of DNA. But what did they find in the DNA code that made
that's JJ in the chat.
Hey,
working model?
hey,
You
listen,
can't get it through your goddamn
listen.
head. You better focus and concentrate. Sebastian, this is my working model. I don't know what your working model is, but I'm going to show you mine. So all these little tricks that you and Sonetta trying to do right now ain't for the just treat. All right, stop, brother. You gotta stop. I gotta stop you, man. What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? I am not on this brother's side.
Hey, listen, man. When I tell you, I cried laughing at that response. So, Saad Netter is a funny man, and reasons like that, like that makes for very, very funny TV. So anyway, listen, that was hilarious.
Man, and him,
I got that saved on my phone because I listen to it and laugh every now and then. Because listen, that response was hilarious.
Yeah, the brother who was in that debate is in the chat. He just reminded me I gotta find something too, because I know I say. Do you probably when watching this when him and Cap 10K had their discussion and I put up a poll. But I put up a poll to say who y'all think got the better of this conversation. And I thought I'd screenshot it, but I cannot find what I did with it. So I'm trying to get a brother some verification because the brother is like, oh my God, I need validation. Somebody showed me that I did this. And so I'm trying to find this image for him because this brother got to have this proof that he got the better of this conversation with regards to the people.
Yeah, the only one I got is the one about Tahuti. That was a different one, though. Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking for because that one I got. But I'm looking through my. You know, I'll be screenshotting and screen recording everything. So
right. That's why I was like, if Dre seen it, then he got it for me.
Yeah, man. You know that's my thing. Like, listen, hang on, let me get the receipts.
Exactly, and I ain't mad at you. Because somebody was like, "Hey, man, that dude illegally recording us," and I was like, I don't know if it's illegal, but.
Yeah. The copyright law of 1976 actually says it opens up the possibility of fair use, and anybody can look this up at any point in time. But yeah, somebody told me that in one of your back chats and stuff on one time, and I had to tell them Copyright Act 1976 allows for me to record and reproduce these things if I'm going to be adding criticism or commentary to them, which is exactly what I do. But that's only for copyrighted materials. Things, for example, that are in the public domain, like a person could be in public and I could take a picture of them and they have no expectation of privacy at that point in time because you put it in public. So what they need to do is look up Copyright Act 1976. I can record anything I want to off of any of these things as long as I'm going to provide commentary on it, which is what I do. So I will put this stuff together, splice it up, put it together, and then say, this is why what they said is ridiculous. And I tell you what, to you, we know who you are who said it. I'm going to keep at it. It's going to happen.
All I can say is, hey, you know he's studying to be a lawyer.
Exactly, right, which is why it's like, okay, well, you can say that, but, just, go ahead and prove it. But, hey, by the way, listen, let me plug a thing. If anybody got any time to waste at all, y'all need to look up a dude named Surveillance Cameraman on YouTube. Because he's hilarious. And what he does, he goes around the streets of the United States just pulling the camera out and recording people in their face. And these people are going off because they're under the impression that they need consent. They need to give their consent to be recorded. But again, they don't know the First Amendment. First Amendment protections are for the public space. I can't record you in your bathroom or something like that. But if you're in public space, I can record you. You have no expectation of privacy. Same deal with your car. You have no reasonable expectation of privacy in your vehicle unless you have like an RV with curtains up. But yeah, so P, we slapping or not slapping?
I ain't slapping, bro, and I'm gonna tell you why. Will Smith, to me, has had his manhood taken by his wife Jada Pinkett Smith, who I like. I remember being a young teenager,
hey, talk about it.
Young adult, seen on a different world for the first time, and was like, damn, she is intrinsically linked to my favorite music artist in any genre ever, the late great Tupac Shakur.
First of all, you ain't even from this coast. You need to claim Nelly or something.
First of all, he ain't from that coast. So
first of all, don't even try to bring that up. That's not.
I'm just saying, you brought up coast. So
that ain't relevant, bro.
Hey, okay. I mean, since you the one brought up coast. So
all right.
Yeah. Are you even old enough to know a Tupac song anyway?
Man, first of all, Tupac died in '96. Let me tell you something.
Right. What were you, 2?
First of all, I was 7. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. First of all, I was 7.
Did your parents even allow you to listen to Tupac? First of all,
hey, listen, man. Listen, my mother and father, were penitentiary birds. My mother raised us as Crips. So listen. One thing that you'll find us doing in all of these pictures is throwing up the dub. You know what I'm saying? We're from the west side of Fresno. So listen. We was thugged out at that age. So listen, don't try to take that away from me. Because listen.
Right. Hey, shout out to my queen in the building, and she says, as my wife, she would encourage me not to slap. So let me.
That's understandable, though. Wait, that's your queen there?
That's my queen.
Sis, how you doing? It's good to see you in the comment section here. I don't know how you deal with the brother, but Godspeed to you, because I don't understand. But listen, much love to you. Praying for your labor.
Hey, baby, he be putting his wife. See all them books in his background? His wife have to lift every single book. Baby, hand me this book. Baby, hand me that book. I kid you not. But anyway, so for me, I just wanted to make sure everybody know that I have a certain amount of admiration for Jada. Will Smith, obviously, growing up, 80s and 90s, big part of the culture. And so it's sad to see publicly what's happened to this couple. Excuse me.
Byron disrespectful, boy. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. That's why I put it up there. But she has basically, she has basically neutered this man. She has taken this man, metaphorically speaking, of course, she has taken this man's manhood.
Right.
So she confesses to sleeping with their son's friend, right?
Bro,
hold tight, because I'm getting there. She confesses to sleep, and I know this is independent of the slap, but it's a buildup.
Mm-hmm.
And so she confesses to sleeping with their son's friend. Okay, this man sits on her show. What happened, Jada? With watery eyes. She goes on the show and says this man not a good lover. Her daughter allegedly wrote a letter to the late great Tupac Shakur. Please, Pac, come back so my mother could be happy again. So all I'm saying is this. If Will Smith was going to put his hands on somebody, it should have been the man who was sliding in his wife, the young man. That's who it should have been. Like
you emphasizing that young right now,
but because he was, because that young buck, because that's the language that these cuckold couples use. The man who the other man is letting hit his wife is called a buck. He should have slapped that young buck, but he didn't. And since he didn't put his hands on that young buck, it's kind of weird to me as a man who will fight a newborn baby over my wife that he would put his hands on a comedian telling a joke at the Oscars. Because here's what we got to remember. We don't know if Chris Rock knew about Jada's medical situation. We don't know if he was informed about it. Because people make it seem like he made a joke about her medical situation, like it was about her having alopecia, when to me it was about her haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that women for whatever reason, it's a mystery to me, have chosen to have that particular haircut. I don't know why they want to walk around looking like me, but they've chosen that. So we don't know if he was aware of the medical side of that. So again, if Will Smith was gonna smack somebody, you would think, to me, you would think, man having sex with my wife, or man making a joke about my wife, and I don't even know if he know what's going on with her. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Maybe he did, and it just didn't get out to the public. But I don't know if he told the young buck, keep your tongue out my wife's mouth, keep other extremities out my wife's mouth. I don't know. I don't know if he said those things, but I never heard about it. I don't know if he put hands and feet on the little dude, but I've never heard about it. The way the little dude's still going around talking about how he took the man's wife up and down through there.
He dropped that song Entanglement.
You understand? The way he's still going around talking about it is an indication that nothing has happened to him of consequence. And so he is not afraid of Will. And so for this man to smack a comedian is totally bizarre to me when she was boning a whole nother dude. So again, I'm gonna turn it over to you, my brother. That's my stance.
Hey, well, listen. Let me say this. Before I respond, can we do something? Because I think this part is relevant too, and I want to respond to this part too. Do you have that video that I told you about with Corey Holcomb, the comedian?
I can find it.
Okay, yeah. So, because here's the thing. Just so we ain't got no dead air. One, I want to say that, like, I know a lot of people's responses have been, well, and I think you've embodied, I don't know, probably 90% of the way our people are responding to the thing.
I got more on a different side, but I wanted to start with that. But go ahead.
Yeah. So and the thing is, it's like, one on the one hand, I don't know that comedians are exempt from getting hit in the mouth for jokes that they tell, right? So, and I know you don't actually think that, because, but here's the thing, right? I know. Here's the thing. Part of the reason why people think it's wrong is because of the convention, like of where they are, the social conventions, like, acting up like that in public, right? So that's part of the reason, right? Where people are thinking, like, you don't act like that. I know, like, the way the Academy responded, like, oh my God, you don't do that. But one, I don't think that comedian exempt, because I don't care. Like, if I go in the other room and put on the shirt and come back, you know what I'm saying? And I get to making, not you specifically because you're too big, but let's say there was another dude on the chat and I started telling jokes about his wife on here, just because my shirt say comedian on it, he ain't gonna, like, take, like, the disrespect. And I don't care what my shirt say, not you because you're too big, but let's say there was a smaller dude named ENF, the poet, or something like that, or something like so. Exactly. So you see, so the sis there, so she said the same thing on an internet platform where he stands to lose everything that he's worked so hard for when I jeopardize his life. Now again, and let me say this to my sis, that is the sort of response that you expect to come from a loved one. I don't think your loved one ever should, like, I don't think any wife, and I think your wife would be in 100% right to say, hey, don't do that here, right? And again, that's why I say part of it is the venue. But P, me and you, we're men. Listen, broad daylight at midnight, the doctor's office, the pastor's office. It don't matter. Listen, where you disrespect me is where I'm going to correct the disrespect. And so I wouldn't expect kids, wife, I wouldn't expect anybody who loves you to be like, hey, risk it all and throw away everything. But that's just like, that's part of the package that you get when you got manhood. Now, again, in our 21st century civil society, we think things like that. But you're talking about, like, for the majority of human history where, you slap a man with a glove and gun him down, after taking 10 paces like that. That's that's just what it is. So, you know, and my particular philosophy about us Negro people is that, you know, we typically embody what the Greeks would call arete, virtus. The Romans would call arete, where what we're about is respect.
English, damn it, English.
Well, yes. So all of those things, that's about honor and respect. So vir in the Greek is vir in the Greek is it means human or like respect and honor, but yeah, it's what we are about is our respect. So again, so I don't care. And again, and so if we change the setting, if Chris Rock said all of the same stuff, sitting across the room, sitting across the table from your Red Lobster, right? He's sitting across there, you know, you see your wife got a bald head. He like, hey, you know, looking forward to seeing the next G.I. Jane video, right? That's not gonna matter. I don't like, it doesn't change like what he said. And again, and I think Will Smith, when you turn and you got to look at your bride, you look at your wife in the face, and she feels disrespected by it. You got to respond. Otherwise you got to deal with the fact that you let a man disrespect her. Now, and this doesn't have anything to do with whether or not he knew about it, like whatsoever. I don't think that he did. It says, what I noticed, all the men who came to console him, but they ain't even blink at Chris, and not one of them. Exactly. So anyway, yeah, like how you gonna sit and let somebody like disrespect your wife? Like, it wouldn't work across the table at Red Lobster. What difference does the venue make outside of just like normal, like outside of social conventions? And then the other thing is this. Here's the other thing, and this is why I can't wait to get to the Corey Holcomb video, because a lot of people's responses were also this. Is there something in P, and I want you to answer the question, or DMG the poet, Black Existentialist, I'm gonna call you all your names. I want you to tell me, is there a certain point in time where a woman does something, and I just want to know. Sis says, if you feel that way, he was disrespected verbally. Fair game, disrespect him verbally. He went too far with violence. And Mike Epps, Cat Williams said that Will would say to see. I don't think that's true, because Mike Epps is a particularly small man. And anybody scared of no small man, and I don't know. I think he would have slapped Mike Epps. But the thing is this: one of the things that undergirds, and this is something that clinical psychologists have said, one of the things that undergirds all male interactions, one of the things that typically keeps men respectful in dialogue, is a threat of violence. It's one of the things, like men will typically like converse respectfully with other men because violence is always looming, even if violence is not something that's put forth. Like, if there's nobody say, hey, if you say anything disrespectfully in our conversation, we're going to have in the next 20 minutes, I'll slap you. That's already inherent in the conversation. That's just because it's part of the testosterone, like, of men. Violence always looms under the surface. Men operate with other men a certain way. And this is why I think if you watch like reality television, for example, and you watch things like Bad Girls Club and all of the stuff where they like stick a bunch of women in the room, they'll say all sorts of off the wall stuff, and violence is less likely to break out. With men, they typically start off with respect in how they speak. You bump into somebody, you say, excuse me, unless you just got a chip on your shoulder, you're trying to, and you're hoping against the violence. But typically most men operate on principles of respect and how they speak, how they carry themselves, unless you're talking about feminine men. Feminine men have no regard for how they speak. They'll pop off at the mouth. So you either got, the men are either feminine or they're typically waiting for and looking for violence. But outside of that, men, the way they normally operate, they operate on the plane of, if you say something, we're going to take it to the next level. So sis, I disagree, because this is the way men have operated like through history. You say something disrespectfully, men will respond with violence. I don't know what this dude was talking about, but anyway, but to the next thing. Okay, so P, so how about an answer to that question? Tell me what you think. Do you think that Jada has done something like to where she moves to a place where she can never be defended ever again?
All right. No, I don't think she's beyond being defended. Obviously, he's forgiven her for making him a cuck. Because he's still with her. That being said, I have no issue with a man defending his wife. Like I said, I'll fight a newborn baby over my wife.
Well, no, but specifically this,
but here's the thing. So
your wife is the queen. We ain't talking about her.
Right. My wife is a saint. So, but that being said,
God-fearing Christian woman there. So she ain't on par with Red Table Talk.
Right. I wouldn't even put speak Jada name in the same sentence. But that being said, he forgave her. He's still with her. So, clearly he liked being a cuck. So that's not a big deal. He should defend his wife. But within reason. See, me and my wife had this discussion. And baby, you gotta forgive Leandre because he ain't from Berkeley. He ain't grow up in Berkeley because like it didn't make no difference what it was. A fight was gonna break out either way it went, especially when Big Jesse was trying to take your lunch or just stick his finger in your food and not expect to get hit with the tray. But anyway, my point being, I think that a man should always defend his wife.
Physically?
However,
should he do so physically?
Under the right circumstances, absolutely.
Okay, are some of those circumstances verbal? Like if a man keeps saying something about your wife, do you smack him?
So for example, if this was me, I'd have just put my finger up just like this, Chris. Hey, not tonight, bro. Now, whatever little, don't do it. I had to do, and if he'd have kept on, then maybe I'd have body slammed. Who knows? I may have just comforted my wife. Hey, baby, I'm gonna handle this in the back. And went back there and either had a strong conversation with him, like, hey man, my wife deal with alopecia. Don't do that shit no more. Hey man, don't. Hey, I might have gaffled them up. Who knows? But the bigger
but don't get on here trying to pretend like you wouldn't get violent over words. You would.
But again, the right words. I'm not gonna go up on the Oscar stage and slap a man over a G.I. Jane joke.
Tell me why.
Now, because
this ain't P. This ain't this dude. This is not his first time making comments on that stage.
I don't even know if you probably weren't even 10 when G.I. Jane got out.
So, what they gonna do?
Because my point is, it was a bunch of people in there probably was like, what the hell is G.I. Jane?
People, listen. This ain't his first time making comments about her on the Oscar stage.
I understand. And the last time, what he said was true.
What did he say?
He said Jada Pinkett Smith, they was boycotting the Oscars. He said Jada Pinkett Smith boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting
Rihanna panties.
I wouldn't invite it. Where's the line?
Listen. First,
these are jokes.
Pete, what does that got to do? Listen. Here's the thing. So I want to circle back to something, right?
So now, if the man would have got up there and said Jada's a real bitch, then I could see Will getting I would have no issues with Will.
What if he laughed behind it, P? What if he laughed after?
What if who laughed?
If Chris Rock, what if he laughed? What if the crowd laughed? Is that
after calling her a bitch?
Yeah.
Again, if he called her a bitch, I think Will should still be beating his ass.
So making fun of a deadly disease, something that's deadly.
He didn't say nothing about the disease though.
No. Listen, he didn't say anything about the disease specifically, but he made reference to her head being bald.
We don't know if he even knew about the disease.
She made public statements about her having alopecia on the same Red Table Talk.
Just because
I
didn't know she had the disease.
Listen, everybody, listen. She made public statements about having it. They're in a small circle of Hollywood. Okay, these are people who party with each other, hang out with each other. So I'm not saying with 100% certainty that he knew about it, but what I'm saying,
you can't.
Right. No, nobody can. But the thing about it is that you're talking about somebody dealing with a deadly disease, and her reaction there at the moment. By the way, that brother talking about a sucker punch. I don't know what his definition of a sucker punch is, but it ain't my definition. We call it dope fiend. So when you dope fiend somebody, and that's when somebody can't see the hit coming. If I cock my hand back and slap somebody in the mouth or fire on them, or steal on him, as we would say, there's nothing to sucker punchish about that. He said, and saw the man walk towards him. 35 million people on the planet saw him walk towards him. It ain't no sucker punch there. So, but that's as an aside, right? The thing is this: what he made a joke about, whether he knew it or not, was something that was related to a deadly disease. I had a grandmother. I had a grandmother that died of alopecia. She died of alopecia. Okay. So what he made a joke about. What he made a joke about was something that was a deadly disease. And again,
but again, all we know is that Chris Rock saw that her head was shaved, and that's what he was making. Again, as far as he knew, as far as we know, he could have just thought that was a fashion statement, that was a choice. We don't know if he came out and said, "Yeah, I knew she had alopecia. I shouldn't have said it."
You ready?
That would be.
You ready?
That would be a little bit more understandable.
You ready? Watch this.
At the same time, it was still a joke.
Watch this, P. You ready?
Go ahead.
If he knew she had alopecia and he made the joke, would he be slappable in?
Again, I would understand.
No. I just want to know. If we assume he knew, would he be slappable?
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Again, like I said, it would be a little more understandable.
No. Pete, listen. I need a yes or no. Would he be in slap territory?
I just said it'd be a little more understandable.
No, I don't know. I don't want to know if it's understandable. I want to know, is he in slap territory if he knew she had it?
Let's okay. So you know I'm super transparent. Everybody know I got bipolar 2 disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So and if she mind me saying this, she gonna come down here and hit me with a house shoe. My wife has psoriasis, and so if somebody, when she has an issue, if somebody says something about them, I would probably react in a way that wouldn't be quote unquote civilized. If my wife, if I felt like my wife was emotionally, like I done snapped on my kids for saying things like "mama ain't being fair," or one time my kids, they was a lot younger than they are now, and they much more aware and appreciative of what she and I do. But one time they said, "Mama thinks she better than us," and now Mama wasn't nowhere around, and I lost it on them. And these are my children, so who I love second. They second to her. I love more than anybody in this world. So all I'm saying is, anytime a man react in a particular way as it is conducive to protecting his wife, that's what he chose to do. But again,
Your Honor, I rest. Your Honor.
But hold tight. I'm
moving for summary judgment, Your Honor.
Hold tight, Samurai Jack.
Move for summary judgment.
I still say this. It was a bigger situation at hand.
No.
For Mr. Will Smith.
No, sir. Pete, no.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Pete,
yeah. Hold tight. Let me go. Let me rock. We already talked about the fact that he a cuck, but we're gonna leave that alone. No big deal on him being a cuck. And as far as we know, this young man, who again continues to talk about how he took Will's wife up and down through there, has said nothing about Will putting hands and feet on him. And he, as much as he talks, I think he would have said Will Smith put hands and feet on me, but he hasn't. But so I ain't gonna speculate. Anyway, but it was a bigger thing at play. See, everybody keeps saying, I don't care nothing about the Oscars. The Oscars ain't for. Okay, Will Smith was up for an award. He would have been the fifth. He ended up being the fifth black man to win an Oscar, right? So regardless about how you feel about the Oscars as it pertains to black people, it was an important night for those black people who are in that field. So regardless if you respect the Oscars, respect them. And these were his peers.
P, that's nonsense, and you know it.
No. I ain't done.
You know that's nonsense.
No, it ain't. It ain't nonsense any other time. So So when he get up there crying, when he accept the award and talk about what he want to be for all these other peoples, it wasn't nonsense, but it's nonsense when it comes to his wife. So all I'm saying is, you want to be a role model and you want to be an example, except for when it comes to smacking a comedian. Not by the way, when it comes to somebody sliding in your wife, but that's cool. Again,
P, what you say about Martin Luther King the other day? Now I got to do this. What you say about Martin Luther King the other day?
Remind me what I say.
No,
I say a lot about
Dr.
Martin Luther King.
P, listen, here's the thing, right? So let me say this.
That's my man's in there.
So now you can't say that's your man's, P.
Yeah, it is.
First of all,
because what we saying? Come on, talk about it.
P, don't do this, P. Come on, don't do this.
Come on, man.
All right, look, check it, right.
I stand by what I said.
P, listen, check it out. I'm gonna say this. Martin Luther King was not even remotely attempting to represent or operating in any capacity to represent all the black people when Martin Luther King had his flaws. I don't think that in that one moment.
What's this got to do with the Oscars, though, man?
Well, this got everything to do with the Oscars because it's a parallel. It's a counterexample to what you said. We talk about
that they are now scrutinizing Will Packard, who produced a black man who produced the show. Mm-hmm. The fact that Wanda Sykes was the first black woman to host the show, that get thrown out the window.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because a man told a joke.
No, what I'm saying is none of that. Listen, what I'm saying is I'm circling back to something I said prior to. Okay, when you're a man and there's certain things, when you cross a certain line, everything is worth throwing it all away for. Listen, I don't care what's at stake. His first what we were saying in the Christian church is his first ministry is to his family. That man ain't got to sit there and worry about representing all the black people when his wife is being disrespected, because I'm not going to.
So then don't say that ever then. Don't say that ever. But that was his platform going into the Oscars, that he was representing King Richard.
In the movie he was.
And no, this is what Will Smith was saying.
I heard his speech.
Yeah. So don't say that ever again. Then
listen, my conversation is not about Will Smith's consistency, because I don't care. Listen, Will Smith,
but that's part of it, though.
Okay, watch this. No, that's not part of it. I don't listen. Yeah. I'm not defending Will Smith's words. I'm saying I'm talking
about it. And his inconsistency, because again, if we don't people who disrespect your wife.
All right. I tell you what. Let's get to that. Let's get to that part of it.
Like why does he have to? You worried about a man keep my wife's name out your mouth, but we ain't gonna talk about what may or may not have been in her mouth. Period, from somebody else. But you worried about a man saying her name.
I don't know that we need to say may not. I'm quite certain. But listen. All right, but look, check it. Right?
I'm glad you said that.
All right, but check it. Right. Here's the thing. Why would he be concerned when he wasn't trying to be with her in the first place? Like you now, I know good and well you watch the Red Table Talkers, so this is part of the thing that I don't understand with people's reaction. Reaction, people are acting like a woman that he chose not to be with, who he was choosing to do, they weren't even cohabitating together. A woman that he says that they both said he was done with her at the time. August Alsina said that he was done with her at the time, and that's why he said, he knew that me and her together. She said Will Smith had his own thing over here on the side. They're not even going to be together.
What you hurting for? What you crying for?
Well, he first of all, Pete, I need to answer my question. Why would he be jumping in to fight a man over a woman that he does not want to be with at the time? Why would he need to go either now or back then?
Because again, he talking about keep my wife's name out your mouth, and that man ain't stopped talking about your wife.
Pete, but listen. Listen. He's talking about a past situation.
August Alsina stop talking about Jada Pinkett Smith.
No, he has not stopped talking about Jada.
Okay, so Will want want men to keep his wife's name
No,
out their mouth.
he didn't say he wanted men. He wanted
just the person that told the joke, not
he
the
wanted
person
Chris Rock
not
to
the person
stop.
that screwed her.
Hey, you remind me of right now. You remember Charlemagne was making comments about Birdman and didn't want Birdman pulling up on him. Listen, right then and there.
Hey,
listen, right there. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
18-year-old good shots, so Birdman can pull up on me.
Okay, Peace. Let me ask you. So, now, all right, watch this. So I just want to make sure I understand. Until he goes and he beats up August Alsina, anybody can make any comment they want to about Jada.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No. Okay, cool. Okay, so under what circumstances can he check a man or do anything about a man making comments about his wife? Tell me the circumstance where he can do it.
Listen. Again, any man has the right to defend his wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a question.
Y'all write this down.
What? Yeah, right. Oh, listen. Write it down, record it, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. Any man can defend his wife whenever he see fit. I'm just disagreeing with the way he did it.
Pete, no, you ain't. No, you are not.
I am.
Pete, no, you were not. You were sitting there saying that. No, you saying that until he slapped August Alsina.
Well, what August Alsina doing is something different. August Alsina has been inside his wife and continues to have his wife's name in his mouth.
I'm going to tag Will Smith in his comments. Say it again.
August Alsina made him a cuck and continues to speak about his wife. So
Pete, do you want me to tag Will Smith in these comments?
I would respect, if you want to.
Because
I tell Will Smith to his face, you are a cuck.
But y'all the same size, so it's not
like that man continues to have your wife's name in his mouth after he had something else in her mouth, her body, and everything else. And you ain't did nothing about it, Will.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Like put some respect on your own name, Will. Like I done seen pictures of Jada. She's sitting there like a dude with her legs open and everything like this, and Will sitting there with his legs crossed. She neutered you, my G, and you need to get your manhood back. Like
Pete, I'm
just saying, West Philly, my G. Like let's do something, man. Like you bugging. You're going around slapping comedians. Like I don't think you would have slapped Ricky Gervais or whatever his name is that hosts the Golden Globes, but.
You talking about the chubby white dude? Why not?
Right. I don't think he would have. But I also don't think he would have slapped Dwayne The Rock Johnson instead of Chris Rock. But because I think he picked this target. But at the same time, again, I'm not objecting to the man defending his wife.
Okay.
All I'm saying is
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Keep that same energy, my dude. Keep that same energy. Because it's another man with your wife's name in his mouth, and he didn't had way more than just her name.
Where is he? Where have you seen August Alsina say anything in front of Will Smith?
No, but
have you seen anybody else make comments in front of Will Smith?
Hold on. So the disrespect is only limited to being in your presence because I'm Will Smith. I could be anywhere in the world if I want to.
No. I'm not saying it all. No. Hang on. Let me answer. But we're being practical. If you doing this stuff in my face right now, where I can check it, that's different. That's different than saying, well, now I got to catch a plane and come all over there. Somebody disrespected your wife in her face. And it's like, well. Unless you, and again, it's the same thing Charlemagne the God said. Charlemagne the God said the same thing. Now listen, here's a dude who sat and made all these comments and then invited the man to come there. Now, prior to that, same thing. When Chris Rock made the comments about Jada Pinkett Smith prior to, Will Smith didn't pull up on him in. But you saying this stuff in my presence right here, where my wife's sitting right here, what I'm not supposed to do, and it's like, hey, I didn't catch a flight, I didn't catch a flight, to where these people are, or pull up at some event, across country. I didn't pull up in Dubai at Nobu, or that kind of thing. So that means in my face, I don't get to respond. Now, come on, P. Come on, you don't believe that,
my G. Let me tell you something. If I got Will Smith money, and August Alsina, who again has been inside what is most precious to me in this world, right?
You nasty P.
Because I'm just telling you, like that, like my wife. Hey man, listen, that is what's most precious to me in this world. You understand? And I like you constantly running your mouth about it. Like, yeah, if I got enough energy in me to go slap a comedian because they made a joke
50 feet away from you,
I'd have called a private plane to wherever homeboy at and gave him hands and feet and whatever was in my hand.
P, you know that ain't even practical.
I'm just telling you what kind of energy I got. That's
P,
all I'm saying.
P, you know good and well, P, that's not even anything practical. If somebody disrespect to you, it's like, hey man,
if you don't want somebody, and my wife will tell you this, like I this ain't no cap. So like, hey man, I got beef with cats I fought in elementary school. Like real rap.
Hey,
so
we're on the same page with that one.
Like it's a dude when we was in elementary school that gave my wife a necklace. If I see him, I might steal on him. You know what I'm talking about?
I feel you.
Hey man, didn't you give my wife a necklace in 6th grade? Hey man, what you hit me for? Hey man, don't give my girl nothing. Like I'm 12 years old. You hear me? Like that's just me. I'm sorry. So, hey man, I don't know what to tell y'all. That's where I'm at. Be watching Cap 10K want that link though.
Pete, go ahead on same link, but listen, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I've got you to say 2 things. Okay, 1, you agree with the slap. You agree with the slap?
I'm not saying I agree with the slap.
Yeah, you already said you agree with the slap because Pete, you already agreed. I win. You agree with the slap?
I didn't know it was a competition though.
No. Listen, I'm always competing.
But I forgot you is Samurai Jack. So
listen, I'm always competing.
It's always a competition with Samurai Jack.
Yeah, listen. Everywhere I go all day, listen. Listen. I push my kids down to win. You know what I'm saying? It's always up. But people, listen. Here's the thing, man. So let me put mine succinctly this way. I personally think, right. Now. And well, let me just get all of this out real quick. I ain't gonna be long. 1, I want to say this because I just want to address the elephant in the room. I think Jada Pinkett Smith has certainly done a lot to emasculate her man, and I think there's a larger conversation to be had, really, that has to do with the sorts of things that make women valuable to men. And I'm not talking about their intrinsic value before God or anything like that, right? Being valuable as a human being or nothing like that. But we're talking about like. Me thinking that brother DMG here is me thinking that brother DMG here is a human born with all of the rights that humans have is different from thinking that he has utility as a plumber. I think that there's something to be said about the way that she carried herself, the way that she carried herself historically. Like I think it's ridiculous that she does the constant Tupac praising. Just like all the time, like I think that the ridiculous comment about like the intimacy issues and stuff, broadcasting that stuff clear across.
Fuck that sex, bro.
Listen. I was trying to put it softer, but
no. Let's keep it a buck.
Okay.
She said homeboy is not making her toes curl whatsoever.
Right. So
yes. So not only did she have a young buck while they were quote unquote apart. They were still married, but they were apart, and she got her a young buck that could rock her world. She then said, this man sex sucks.
Okay, right. Okay, wait. Hey, all right. So
and let's be clear. Don't forget about the part where he laughed at the joke, then looked over at Kojak, saw her face, and was like,
"Oh, if you call, I'm about to tag Will in this. You didn't call the Kojak.
Snap. She gave him the nod, like, and it's like he the Manchurian candidate or something, man.
All right, wait, Pete. So look, so check it, right? So that being said, right? I think that there's a whole lot to be said about that and about the way she carries herself in general. And I'm personally not appreciative of like, I don't know. She's very, very loose with her words, stuff like that. But at the very same time, I don't know that I would say that because of the sort of person that she's been, that now that she's not worthy of even that level of protection. again, I'm a brother that thinks that there's certain words you'll end up getting to that point, and I think that that's a thing about manhood throughout history, that certain words will lead you to that point, especially as it relates to defending your wife, your kids, that sort of thing. Even if it's something verbal, there's all sorts of words that somebody could say that really might make me fly off the handle about wife and kids, like that. That's just an automatic. But yeah, so go ahead. I'm finished now. Go ahead.
And real quick, so my cousin, who a lot of y'all on the channel know, I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all know him. His ex was the devil, and like if it's a devil, like y'all know I don't, but if it's a such thing as a devil, his ex was that person, and
I wonder if we got the same ex.
And he would
the same ex
by uncategorically defend her. She would put him in positions against brothers that he was cool with, disrespecting these men. And when they acted like men who was being disrespected by a woman and put her in her place, now she want to run to my cousin and put him in this awkward position, and he would do what a husband's supposed to do and defend her. And again, I'm never gonna say that a man shouldn't defend his wife.
Boom.
I'm never gonna say that.
Physically.
And I watched my even when me and her had words. Me and my cousin didn't speak for a year because he demanded that I apologize to her, and I couldn't. It was like I couldn't. It was like I had an allergic reaction. I couldn't say it. And we went a year without talking because that's how staunchly he is about being a husband, being a father, being a man that's about his family, regardless of the fact that he knew it was things he had flushed that was worth more than this woman was. And so with that being said,
you out of pocket.
I respect a man wanting to step up for their wife despite the fact that they belong in a garbage can. Respect to Will Smith for getting up the gumption to do it, right? Respect to him for that. He should have put his hand on that man's shoulder and told him, hey man, don't ever disrespect my wife again. But to smack a man, another black man at that, in his face, in front of 15 million people over a joke that you laughed at is one of the weakest things I've ever seen, because you thought it was funny, and it would have been funny had you looked over at the I ain't gonna do if you'd have looked over at her and she was laughing, you would have been good. But when you saw she wasn't laughing, you knew you was going to be in for a rough night. You knew you was going to be getting compared to Thug Life. She was going to be listening to Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me all night instead of Summertime. And you felt away, and you went up there and did what you did. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed your family. And you looked like a cuckold puppet. She got you on the strings like she the Godfather. You, Fredo, Michael, and all the other people from the movie. And that's all I'm saying. I'm going to throw this link in the chat while we waiting for people to come in. I'm going to go ahead and bring up this Corey Holcomb joint. And yeah, man, it's ridiculous.
Well, so in response to the brother there, what he will be defending, what he'll be protecting is her honor. And so that is something right here that
go ahead.
See, Pete, but you about go ahead and play the thing, because Corey Holcomb is funny. So go ahead and play the thing.
Where my volume at?
All kind of shit. But if it is fake,
my bad, y'all. Can you hear it?
Yep, we can hear it.
Do all kind of shit. But if it is fake, this is an embarrassment. Thank you, Joe Thompson, for that needed that $20. This is an embarrassment
I can't hear nothing.
to black people if it is fake, because the
I can hear
brother,
it.
Will Packer,
Okay, as long as
is in
everybody
charge
can
of
hear
the
it.
Oscars, so to speak.
Because I can hear
And
Jack. Maybe it's
if
just
they
me.
let black people go up there and act a fool like that staged, I am ashamed of everybody who had something to do with it. If black people turn the Oscars into the
Can everybody
mini
hear
version of the 99 Source
hear
Awards,
Corey Holcomb?
y'all went for that shit, I'm embarrassed for you. But I don't think it was staged. I don't think it was staged. I think that every man who is of a certain age, over 45, every man who allows an evil, cankerous whore to be in their presence at age 45 and older, if you allow an evil, wicked bitch who fuck her son's friend to accompany you on your shoulder in public, you ain't gonna get nothing but drama. Let's just start saying that. You cannot sit up front at the Oscars with a bald head, bitch, and expect nobody not to say something. It is impossible. You cannot be with, as my man Winnie D said, bald head hog. Even Lupita had a wig on. Lupita, whatever that. The African bitch had some hair. She knew better than that. That bitch was like, I'm going to put on something, fuck that bullshit, I'm a front. This nigga came to the Oscars with a bald head bitch that fucked y'all son, homie, in y'all house.
They said you got alopecia, Cole. They said you got alopecia, man.
No, August got all the piece of that pussy. August got all the piece of that pussy in your house, Will. You slapped the wrong man. You slapped the wrong man. A man say, G.I. Jane, he said, I love you. G.I. Jane too, can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Will, your goofy ass laughed at first. You got checked by your bitch on site. Your bitch did this. That nigga did. Oh, you ain't like that, babe? Nigga, you's a goofy for that, nigga. You's a goofy, nigga. How in the fuck we live in a world? First of all, man, come on, man. Chris Rock, 155 pounds. He don't fight motherfuckers. Chris Rock ain't known for fighting motherfuckers.
Bro, stop laughing over there.
I know you a big nigga. I know you be with them goons. I know them goons from Philly. I don't mean no disrespect by telling the truth. Them goons from Philly, even if they mad at me, y'all motherfuckers need to make sure y'all man know what's up. He around a cankerous whore. I got that off that movie, Trouble. I just thought it was good. Your wife's a cankerous whore. Hey, Will, you remember way back when I said your wife was a cankerous whore? I didn't mean it, man. I didn't mean it. Nigga, what the fuck? Will, you are black acting. You came from motherfucking rapping to turning into one of the best actors I've seen.
Of all time.
What's that movie where he was on the island, stranded, and the monsters was
All right, P, I think we get the message.
I Am Legend. Yeah, I Am Legend.
Man, that man should have won an Oscar.
You sure you don't want to hear more, man?
No. I think
this is amazing.
I read a book. One mama through it.
I could.
Man, Will Smith.
I should have just let Corey speak for me.
Listen.
Awful bitch.
Listen.
This bitch went on
This
Oprah
says
and
exactly.
said, you fuck her like.
But this is exactly the message that I was saying. So
I should have just let Corey speak for me, bro.
The only way
he said it all. You understand?
The only way to understand this is that because of the acts that she's committed, that she's now no longer worthy of protection. It's that now her honor is at a full zero, and so anyone can say anything that they want to about her, and nobody can say nothing back.
Now remember,
I don't know another way to understand that.
Remember, I said that she's still his wife. It is what it is. Defend your wife. It's all good. Here's the point though.
B, you hear this?
Again, no, I mean she his wife. He clearly forgave her. But again, you are a puppet and you a cuck. He's a cuckold. Like, why are we pretending that ain't the case?
Because it's not the case.
Okay, so my phone dead. My phone dead. So okay. Let me put. I'm just going real quick.
Brother, hey B, can you help the man, please?
No. I just want to read you. Captain K. I'm gonna read you something, and I just want you to tell me if Will Smith, from what we know, qualifies for this. You there, Cap?
I'm here, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, so cuckold is
his brother here.
When a man's wife has a sexual relationship with another man. Okay.
That ain't the full definition.
I'm looking at it, bro.
First of all, I don't know. First of all, that ain't the full definition. You know it.
Okay, let me go to the Cambridge. My brother Samurai Jack said that ain't the full definition. If a man is cuckold, his wife has a sexual relationship with another man.
What else does it say, P?
It says compare.
I'm about to pull up because PAB. You act like somebody right now.
Listen, it says compare, betray, relation, infidelity, a bit on the side, adulterous, affair, cheat, extramarital, faithless, etc. So I'm asking Captain K. Where's the lie?
Man, look.
Is he a cuckold or no?
Man, Will Smith is some of everything after what he just did, and it ain't nothing manly, nothing masculine, nothing tough about what that brother did. First off, he took a shot at probably the weakest brother in the room. You understand? Chris Rock is about the smallest and weakest brother in the damn room. And then, furthermore, I sent you those videos. Did you watch them, DMG?
I only got
the two videos. It's previous Oscar shows, and every comedian that they hire, you understand,
does what he did.
They do the same thing Chris Rock did. I mean, comedians do it on whatever stage they on because that's what they are. They comedians.
Absolutely.
You understand? And they go in on people in the damn audience. You understand? Look at what's my man the other show that used to be pretty big. Shit. The comedy thing where Chris Tucker blew up at. What's the special?
Def Comedy Jam?
Yeah, Def Comedy Jam. Boy, you better not be sitting up in the front of that. You understand? They was clowning on everybody sitting close where they could see you, and they was going in on you.
Real quick, Cap. Just a quick salute to my Berkeley brother Joel Armstead in the chat. Go ahead, Cap. I just have to salute my brother.
Oh, ain't no sweat. So I mean, but saying they goes in. Who was that? Steve Martin. Man, he went in on everybody in the audience. You know what they was doing? Laughing. You understand? Laughing. That weak ass joke did not deserve him to get up there. It's not like you said, DMG. He looked at that pit bull and he saw how she looked, and he said, "I gotta do something because she's unhappy." And you know something? What that says about black men is that it's okay for black men to hate other black men. That's all this stuff is, man. You understand? Because for what reason is he protecting her? I don't understand it. You understand? What is he protecting her from? He said, It's G.I. Jane 2 is gonna be good. What the hell? I mean, come on, man. You got to be soft as medicated cotton to turn around and jump up and defend that and protect her from that. That's soft, man. And any brother that turns around and believe that they right in justifying that, that's
Don't
weak, man.
don't
That's
do it.
that's
Don't do it.
that's weak.
Don't do
That's
it.
weak. You understand? Because look, you're not even protecting her from nothing. She's not in danger. The Bible says that there is a time and a place for all things. And sitting up there at the Oscars, where matter of fact, Whoopi Goldberg went in on Will Smith one time at the Oscars, and you know what they sat there and did? Laughed. He laughed about it because he know the jokes is coming. Everybody know the jokes is coming. They do it they've been doing it for what? 80 something goddamn years. How long they been doing the Oscars?
About that long.
About that long. And they've been doing the same skit every time the comedian comes on stage. You ever wonder why they hire comedians? Because guess what? They gonna boost up the show. They gonna say something funny. You understand? Like, come on, man. That shit was weak. You understand? And for any black man to say, oh, he was defending his wife, he protected his wife, that's weak. Because guess what, man? It's been a lot of situations that where brothers have been put in the dirt over just some few little words, man. Everything ain't to be trying to kill nobody over. You can't tell me that. You understand?
Hey, Cap,
Like,
we're gonna get back around to you. Let's get to B Wash because we got some
Yeah,
brothers joined in.
no sweat, because I got more to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead, B Wash.
Nah, man. So I'm gonna say this. I actually like uh Roland Martin's review the best out of everybody. Because he was basically like, I'm not Team Chris or Team Will. I'm Team both of them. You know, basically like checking up on both black men. You know, because they clearly were some issues um that both black men were dealing with. But in this case, I'm gonna say this, bro. And P, this is why I went to say it might be a tad misogyny when I said that. Like Chris Rock's joke about the Rihanna panties thing, like it was funny, but when me talking to other women about it, as me, you know, I thought it was funny as a man, but me talking to women about it, it's like I didn't see it as cool as you put in a joke about another black woman and then referencing another black woman's panties in front of millions of viewers. And I was like, ooh, okay, that could be an issue. But regardless of all that, I would say Will Smith as a husband, and I get what you're saying, the simp stuff, the cuckold stuff, all that. But at the end of the day, he's still choosing to be with this woman as his wife. And with the alopecia thing, we have no clue what she could have been dealing with behind closed doors. We don't know how many tears he didn't wipe. You don't know how many pats on the backs, all that. And from what I've been told or read, is that he had a previous conversation since 2016, and really before that, they had another article come out today that talking about Chris Rock making jokes on Jada Pinkett specifically since the 90s. And he had a conversation with him sometime between 2016 and this past weekend, like basically, hey bro, like, you know, chill out with all of, you know, joking on my wife, keeping my not wife name out your mouth like that. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but you know how we can talk when we behind closed doors with brothers. So for me, I'm like, if I told you to keep my wife's name out your mouth, like chill out with all that, and you openly still do it, and the reason why I could tell you still do it, because even he was like, oh well, you know, it wasn't that bad. So he knew that he knew there was a violation that he was told to keep Jada Pinkett name out of his mouth, but he said it anyway. It wasn't on the teleprompters. It was something he chose to do, and even after he said it, he realized like, okay, it wasn't that bad. I said something, but it wasn't that bad. To me, on principle, you open yourself up to whatever happened. Now, I'm not saying that we should go around slapping people, but if you get slapped, I'm not gonna throw you a pity party, right? if you've been warned to not say something. So that's kind of my position. The whole red table talk thing, I kind of agree with Joe on that because from somebody who watched it, they basically was for all intents and purposes done with each other when the August Alsina stuff was going on. Even Will low key admitted he had some stuff going on side too. It's just the people that he was messing with didn't violate the code like August Alsina did and started crying to the masses about
Right. So maybe
like Jada.
she shouldn't have boned her son's friend, but that's neither here nor there.
Right. That's neither here nor there. That's bro. I still think, and that's still another conversation because that's pedophilia. Because if it was the other way around, we'd be all looking like what this grown man messing with this little girl for. And at the same time, we can flip around and say you messing with a woman that's old, you messing with a little boy that's old enough to be your son. But that's neither here nor there. That happened. They dealt with it in their household, however the case is. Because technically, we would have never known about it had August Alsina start crying to the masses about it and try to get album sales. And that man is so double plastic since then because he ain't selling nothing. He made a little song, but I think he stole like 20
double plastic stuff, bro.
Hey, bro, you name the last time you heard an August Alsina album or concert, bro. And you let me know.
Yo, didn't I ask that? Yo, Byron, I asked everybody that.
I'll wait. So we talking about what Will Smith did or didn't do. I'm just saying, when the last time you heard an August Alsina concert? So that man career is the dump. So who got the last slap? I don't know. You let me know on that one. But at the end of the day, on this, I'm not saying
it's a toss up. The man that's selling double plastic but hit the $700 million man wife, or the $700 million man that's still with his wife and got to deal with the fact that the other dude slid up in her.
But that $870 today's wife, when they both admitted we not even in their big mansion, they not even living in the same wing. Like they separated, bro.
But you know how it go, and this is just me. Now, I don't care. And this is where what you say, I could be misogynistic. We separated, and she doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. My conquest ain't said a word, so did it really happen?
That's what I'm saying.
Did it happen? But then we come back together. And homeboy just talking, and he was our son partner.
Right. But remember, bro, that's 5 years. We don't know what's happened between 5 years since then. We don't know the backstage conversations. And low key, we wouldn't know that would have happened. Like I said, technically, had not August Alsina broke the code. So that's a whole separate discussion, right? But I think in this instance, I'm not saying that it's okay to slap somebody, but if you get slapped in that situation, given I've talked to you, like Pianki, me and you talking right now, right? And say I've been making jokes about your queen, whatever y'all done been through right now, she your queen. And I done told you, and you done told me like, hey B, we cool, we done some stuff or whatever, but man, for all intents and purposes, bro, can you keep my queen name out your mouth? All right, bro, I got you. Like, nah, bro, I'm serious, bro. Like, we dealing with some stuff right now. I would appreciate. I know everybody else joking, but man to man, black man to black man, somebody who know me. B, can you keep my wife's name out your mouth? I got you, P. I got you. I get up on stage with all those good white folk, and I could have joked about anybody else in the crowd, and I already know this is gonna be your biggest night, because more than likely you gonna win anyway. And you done already told me to keep your wife's name out my mouth. And I say a joke. Whatever. And I know it touched, so I might kind of joke off, laughing like, ha, whatever. But then I really sit and think about it like, man, I done told this dude about 4 or 5 times to keep my wife's name out of his mouth, and he still did it on the Oscars with millions of people worldwide looking. I can understand the emotional move at that moment, like, bro, I done told you. And I can see if DMG come up to me and say, bro, ain't no more talking at that point. I done warned you. We done had conversations. My wife hurt. If you come up there and backslap me, I mean, yeah, it's wrong because I don't condone violence, but at the end of the day, I've been warned multiple times. So that's kind of my take on it. Is dang if you do, dang if you don't.
I got you. I got you. And you sold it. You sold it hella well. But yeah, you sold it hella well. Let me go. let me go to BLS. Hey, do me a favor, B Watch. Check on Dre, because it looked like we lost him.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
Black Lion Supreme in the building. What's up with you, bro?
What's happening, Hotel? Now, I can't believe I have to come up here, go against my boy Bianca.
I can't believe it either, man. And agree with Leandre.
Agree with Leandre.
I'm shell shocked.
I can't believe this.
Hey, Black Lion, I'm with you as well, bro. I'm with you as well, bro. I know it's a crazy world.
At least I got Cap 10K rolling with me.
Yeah, and Cap is coming hard. He's coming hard with it.
Now, I'm rolling with you too, Bianchi. I'll let everybody else speak though.
But let me say this, man. Let me say this. Look, we men, we've all been in a situation where we've been with a woman. We went out there and we did our thing. And I know it's hard. I know the ego is hard, family. I know it's hard to understand because we think we should be able to do what we want to do. But if our woman do something, all hell gonna break loose. I get it. I get it.
And with that, I'm kicking you out right now, man.
I get it. I understand that feeling. But now we grown men now. We in committed relationships. We love our women. We're gonna protect our women no matter what. We ain't little kids no more with that attitude. So we gotta come correct. Now look, the man Will Smith has been with all kinds of women behind this woman's back.
And men
probably. He has slept with hundreds of women behind that woman's back.
And
she gets into one situation and we get that feeling. But you got to understand, you know why he has to take it? You know why he didn't whoop on August? It's because he knows what he has done to her. He knows what he's done behind her back over and over and over and over and over again. Before she did anything, he knows he has to eat that. But this isn't even about that anymore. Let's push all that to the side. It's just like B. Wash said, man. He told that nigga. He told him to his face, look, you did this in 2016, bro. You did this. I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't say nothing. I'm telling you now. Do not do that again. Now it's beyond about his woman, protecting his woman and all that. It's beyond that now. Now it's man to man. I asked you politely not to cross this line, and you crossed it anyway. And so now I gotta check you. It's as simple and plain as that. It's not a man. I don't believe it's a man on this panel that if you tell another man, look, bro, I'm asking you, don't do this. Don't do this again. Don't disrespect me again like that. No matter what it is, if it's about a woman, it's about your whatever it is. Don't disrespect me again. If you do it again, there's gonna be a problem. And now this little dweeb, this little punk who can't fight his way out of a paper bag, but got a big fat mouth and tries to hide behind him being a comedian, tries to hide behind that to throw little shots, went there with him. He crossed the line. So he had to get checked. It's as simple and plain as that, fam. There's no getting around that. It is what it is. Did it happen at a place that it probably shouldn't have happened? Yeah, we can say that. But how many of us can say during our lifetime we did something like that in a place that maybe we shouldn't have? How many of us can say we could have turned away and let it go and said, wait a minute, I done told this fool and he keep on doing it. So now I gotta check him. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, has been in that position where we done made it clear to some dude, look, bro, chill with that. And then this dude goes on and tests you. What Chris Rock did that night was he told Will Smith, nigga, you know what? I don't give a damn what you say. Damn who you are. Damn what you talking about. I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's not about the joke. It's not about the scenery, none of that. It's about he was telling Will, nigga, I don't give a damn about you a punk, nigga. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Well, guess what? You got checked for it, nigga. You got slapped in your mouth. And that's what the way it goes. Everybody knows that. This dude, I'm not saying he's no rah-rah nigga like that. I was shocked as hell when he did that. But the point is every man has their breaking point. Everybody gets to a point. Every man got that breaking point where you do something when I'm gonna ask you not to, and then I'm gonna have to see you. It's as simple as that. So I wish it would have been a different situation. I wish Jada wouldn't even have been involved in this, so people could really feel what I'm talking about. There's levels to this, bro, and every man on here knows this. Every man on here, I'm sure, then had to check a fool for disrespecting them, and that's what happened that night. And maybe it shouldn't happen at that form, but again, sometimes he lost it. You know, the man is under a lot of pressure. He got the whole world knowing this little young dude ran up in this woman in his own house. And he got to eat that because he has done too much behind that woman's back. Too much for him to even be able to say anything about this.
BLS.
And I'm going to let it go. But I'm just saying, P, you know, and I know you, of all people, this is what drives me crazy about this, because I know you know. You would not stand. You would not stand for it. I already know what time it is. That's why I don't even know why you taking this position. DeAndre, bro, shout out to you, bro. I'm proud of you, bro, for standing up for what was real. You told me a while back you from the streets. Now I know you from the streets, bro. I know you from the streets. So shout out to you for standing up for what time it is. P, we gotta talk, bro. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, BLS, you from Oakland, man. You know what's going on. Will trying
you
to
already
channel
know.
He trying to channel his inner Pac, man. Hey, my man Marvin, go ahead, bro. It's on you.
All right, what up, Pianki? So, all right, I'm with you 100%, P. Just Dre, by the way. You know, Marvin Lucius King, my alter ego. All right, so here's my thing. You know, I said this to somebody, and I'm not doing this on some name dropping stuff, right? But I know a few people who are a part of SAG and the SAG Writers Union. So we always talking about this, right? And I said, okay, see, what I feel like is one thing to protect your wife, her image, her honor, but if Black, I understand what he's saying. But at the same time, if you're going to protect her honor, do it in an honorable fashion. Even if you're triggered. He could have got up there and said, yo, Chris Rock, why are you always hosting the Oscars and you never made a good movie? He could have kept it like that. It could have been a war of words. But to do what he did, knowing that he wouldn't have done it if it was Billy Crystal, he wouldn't have slapped him. If it was the chick from Laverne and Shirley who hosted all the time, he wouldn't have slapped him. Any of these people, whether he said keep their name out of my mouth or not, he wouldn't have crossed that line. So that in itself is cowardice. Secondly, he laughed at the joke. His wife laughed at the joke. But then when it's like, oh, well, the joke's on you. And then you take that long walk up there. And then you go sit down and then you cursing, knowing that that's against the code of conduct. If you rewind 25 years ago on The Fresh Prince, what if they both reading their scripts in rehearsal and Will makes a joke to Alfonso Ribeiro about his height and Alfonso knees him in his nuts and then say, I've been called short all day, Will. You know what Will would say to him? That's your job. Listen, I'm definitely not going with a lot of these tabloids that he knew about the alopecia. Because first of all, from what I heard from people who in that spectrum, he didn't write the joke. It was teleprompted. And I'm hearing Amy Schumer or somebody else wrote the joke. So I don't get it. Like, where is the if you know Chris Rock on that level, you see him afterwards. I don't care how angry you get. He goes up there, gets the reward, then he turns to Chicken George from Roots. God put me here to fight and save my family.
Exactly.
God. I'm like, what are we doing? So we turned this so-called Black Excellent Night into like Meet the Browns. Right? Like it, and I knew it. I told everybody, I said, they're taking that watch. He's gonna resign. No, he ain't, Dre. What did he do with Roman Pulaski? I said, listen, if they was gonna take away all the pedophiles producers, then they'll have to Oscars tonight. But for him, he will be made an example of vanity, physical violence, and they're gonna be like, yo, you signed a contract of conduct. I'm not saying defend your woman, not defend your woman. Obviously, if we're heterosexual men, if there is some type of aggression or some type of unnecessary, but like I say, we got to start to kind of like either get rid of the glass house altogether, meaning get rid of all comedy specials, get rid of everything. Call and apologize every single person you made fun of their hairline, their weight, their sneakers in school, because it's like when is this line crossed? It's this big gray area that exists that we kind of like pretend that don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it all leads to a form of aggression that most of us do have. For example, I'm at the yesterday, right, P? And then I seen Garfield. I don't know why my phone went on Garfield's show, and I seen Chris Harris go at Christianity, and then Pastor Bennett felt like he was going at him. And I'm Lion Supreme can vouch for this. It became like borderline violent.
Yeah. Like if they'd have been in front of each other, something would have happened.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Go ahead.
And that's my point. That's my point. He didn't say F Jada, F the. Oh, this dude, Chris Harris, said F Christianity. Your God ain't gonna do nothing. It owes us. And obviously, for a person who's a minister, like what you call Bennett, of course he was gonna respond because that's his belief system, right? So we understand how men interact with men. But what Will did, there's an old saying in psychology, cowardice is the first sign of intelligence, meaning Rock did by him not like fighting back because he couldn't beat Will. But this is also the first sign of stupidity because what Will did was cowardice. You took at least almost a 40-second walk up there? Not 40 seconds. About 15 seconds of a walk. You couldn't have been like, I'm tripping. And then you slap when you see my name out, and then you get up there and you start crying and spitting and I have to fight. God's a fight all my life. And I got to Serena, and I gotta protect Jada, and I gotta protect. Like, get out of here with that, man. Like it became a minstrel show on this so-called Black Excellence Night, man. That's why I was like, come on. We have to have better. Listen, we all are triggered. We all are. You understand what I'm saying? We all have things that we've been through. And that's another thing. I don't care what anybody say. I respect what everybody say, but I don't, maybe because I'm a little bit closer to that circle of his peoples, I don't think that relationship is as open as people, because ain't no man who knows his wife is distributing vagina throughout LA is going to cry when he found out somebody else is in her vagina. Like the way he cried that day, he was like, what do you mean an entanglement? Well, he needed me and I needed him, and what do you mean? And the nigga just broke down in tears. But if you're in an open relationship, are you going to cry when you know your wife is community vagina? I don't get the concept of that. Like, I don't, but I'm gonna end it on that. But I'm with you, P.
Hey, and ladies and gentlemen, this is my other pastor, Reverend Dollar B. Green, and yeah, Dre, you ain't gonna understand it because you a real. Let's just keep it a buck. You a real dude. I almost said something else, but you a real cat, and so real can't understand nothing like that. Like that would have my stomach in knots forever. If this is my like I said, what's most precious to me upstairs, I ain't no way. So yeah, you can't understand that, but
Exactly. Real quick, since you said that, like I'm totally transparent in my life, right? I am what you would consider a victim of marriage fraud, where I fell in love with a woman. She wasn't obviously of my race. She was Asian, but I dated her for like 6 years, married her. And it turns out she got her papers. It was F. Andre the movie starring Andre, produced by her, whatever. The point that I'm making is, right, what that showed me in life is that we live in a incentivized transactional relationship society. So in your case, Pianki, you and your wife, because me and you talked about this before, y'all have an organic relationship. Obviously, y'all have ups and downs. Every platonic and physical relationship does, whether it be husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend. But y'all had a certain type of thing. Whereas me, I was a simp at the time. I don't hide that. I was a simp. I used to be, as the last time we all talked on the show, I used to be a hardcore staunch Christian. I believe the angels was coming to save Andre because he was good and all that goofy shit, right? The point that I'm making is, right, as you know personally, Pete, I love women, right? I do. No disrespect to your wife. And I collect them like baseball cards. But guess what I do understand? You can't control the distribution of vagina. Meaning, if one of my women that I know of is sleeping with another man, I got to kind of like deal with that and be like, okay, well, you probably was going to do that anyway. But I'm not going to kill her, right? And I'm not going to get mad because I understand the game now better than I did when I wasn't in that spectrum, right? I thought because I was the good guy and came home and cleaned the floor and sweep the bed, kill the bed, put the bed. All that's good, right? But at the end of the day, we understand you only control what you do in a relationship. I can't control what my counterpart does. And that's where we see with them, the water gets muddy, because that's why I don't really listen. Because when you're in LA as much as I am and you around that shit, you hear half and half. You hear some of these people that's close to them like, that nigga ain't no open relationship. And like you said, you hear the other rumor like, yeah, that nigga on the other side of the game. The point that I'm making is like, you see that there is an intense hurt on his side from her that is like, to me, why should we even know if they were in a public relationship if you're not in that circle? Why should we know if his son likes to wear girls' clothes? No offense to him, because I know we're on YouTube, if we're not in that circle, right? Why should we know that for some reason she puts a Tupac bandana on him when she's having sex with him? Like, I don't need to know none of that. But you bring all of that from what, you feel me? So you bring all of that within your home, because all they are right now in 2022 is the archetype of why marriages and great relationships should stay off social media. Your wife is, Pianki, your wife is none of my business. Black Lives Supreme, your wife or your girlfriend is none of my business. I shouldn't have to see it. You understand? Y'all should keep, Facebook and Instagram is horrible for relationships, because it's like these people, I always tell the women that I'm with, I'm like, listen, if you come to me talking about you seen some girl blah 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 on Facebook talking about they kick it to me, I'm not even gonna answer you, because I don't post nothing about me and no woman on no Facebook, and I definitely ain't posting about me and no Instagram. That means you went looking for it and you created that energy. Because why am I projecting that energy when, first of all, you're a celebrity? So now you're telling me I'm going to project the energy out you, but you can't respond even though I'm a celebrity and I'm in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't like Jada watching us right now. Why do we know all her business? And that's just where the water get muddy. This is why I don't even understand how the battle cry for protect this and protect that. As men, we're gonna do that if we in love with our woman. That's natural. That is like in your DNA to protect what you love, right? So that's a part of emasculation.
Yeah, I agree, bro. I just feel like she done neutered the man and been doing it for years, and she got him on puppet strings because, again, he was laughing, looked over, got that nod, and it was like transform Manchurian Candidate, and then here we go. But let me go to my bro, hey Black Line. Hey, we gonna come back around but I gotta close out.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. I just had to laugh on that because I know you tripping, bro.
I'm just saying, man. It just come on, man. Like Will,
you ain't gonna let nobody disrespect your woman, bro.
Oh,
You'll never convince me of that. Never.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, Black Line, I'll smack a newborn baby over my wife.
Thank you. Case closed.
But,
conversation over. But go ahead, y'all.
Again, I'm not mad at the center. I'm just mad about how it all went down. Again, because see, this is the thing. I wouldn't have laughed. When nothing had been funny. I'd have been holding my finger up the whole time like Chris. Hey, soon as he said, Jada, I love you, Chris. Hey, not tonight, Doc. If that's what type of time I'm on, as my young brother Rocky would say, I'd have been like Chris. Hey, move on, bro.
I'm gonna explain why he laughed when it's my turn again.
It ain't that tonight. It ain't that tonight.
When it comes my way again, I'm gonna explain to you why he laughed. Go ahead.
But what I want to do, I want to go to Rocky, and then hold on. I think Sabio was in here first. My bad, Rocky. I want to go to Sabio, and then we're gonna go to Rocky. Because speaking of protecting your wives, I gotta protect my wife from a night without.
Yeah, Sabio was here first.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, so we're gonna get everybody back around, and then I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta protect my wife from a night without passion. So
I'm gonna try to be as quick as I can. For Byron to come up here and say some things that I said the other day was kind of shocking. And because I said the exact same thing, some of the exact same things. And this is what people really have to take into context. And I understand where the other brother's coming from who just got through talking. I really do. But see, there's a lot of misunderstanding going on with what actually went on. And like he said, if you tell me not to speak on your wife and I keep speaking on your wife, then whatever you do to me after that, bro, I don't care where it is. I don't care. We can be in front of the goddamn queen of motherfucking England. If you beat my ass for speaking on your wife after you told me to stop speaking on your wife, I deserve that. And I think if it would have been Billy Crystal and he told Bill Crystal not to speak on my wife, he would have beat Billy Crystal's ass. Me personally, I do. You may not think he would have, but I think he would have did Bill Crystal the same way he did to him. Why? Because he's a fucking man. And there's only so much, as Black Line Supreme said, a man can fucking take. And you keep going on, somebody gotta pay. You gotta pay the motherfucking piper. All that, he was trying to be tough, all that, nah. People want to ask about August Alsina. Where's August Alsina fucking career? Where's his fucking career? That nigga got some pussy. Cool. But where's his career after that pussy? People missing it. People missing it. It's bigger than that. There's principles and shit that we all should abide by. And respecting my wife is one that I think even a fucking comedian, and it wasn't a comedy set. And this is the other thing that y'all seem to kind of forget or not want to acknowledge. It wasn't a comedy setting. This wasn't a fucking comedy show. This wasn't Comedy Hour with Chris fucking Rock. This wasn't a fucking celebrity roast. He came there to get that was a fucking Oscar setting. Like, what don't y'all get? His wife got a fucking condition. Like Byron said, have y'all ever dealt with somebody with a condition? With any type of medical condition? Y'all know how they be. Don't act like that shit new. Y'all act like y'all don't have feelings. Like y'all like feelings is some woman shit. Something wrong with you niggas. Something really wrong with you niggas. Like a nigga can't be a man for his woman because they had an open relationship. I don't give a fuck. Y'all sometimes niggas gotta grow up. Stop trying to be Superman and just be a motherfucking regular ass man. What's wrong with that?
Superman would have used his heat vision. Made his tongue hot or something, but go ahead.
He would have did something. These niggas, it's just crazy, man. Some of the shit that you hear people say, I don't get it. Like, what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? Laugh? He laughed at the previous joke. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. He laughed, and she laughed at the previous joke. They wasn't laughing at the joke about her hair, her looking like G.I. Jane. Why would she find that funny? She suffers from alopecia. You niggas is heartless. Is that what we come to? Fuck Jada Pinkett? Cause she fucked August Alsina? Y'all loved her when she was in when she was in the movie. When all their movies, y'all loved her when she was in Set It Off. She was a shit.
Jason Zurich,
y'all loved her, and Jason Zurich Set It Off. Y'all loved her and all that. Think about it. They love the shit out of her.
I think she had a body double in Jason's lyrics, though.
It's possible, but they loved her. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. They loved her.
She was cold-blooded in Demon Knight.
They loved her.
Demon Knight. There you go.
Yeah,
they
man.
loved her.
Hey, let's get to Rocky, because remember, I gotta protect
girls night too.
Don't forget, I gotta protect my wife from a night without passion. So
yeah, me and you both, P. So yeah, go ahead, Rock. What's up, bro?
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all hear me?
We hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
We hear you.
So I didn't hear what was going on prior, right? So I personally think, you feel me? I don't know about all the background extra shit, but I think it was I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think it was some whole shit. I don't know if he told him not to speak on his wife or none of this shit in 2016, but I feel like the nigga smacked somebody, right, that he knew wasn't gonna smack him back. You feel me? Because I'm a tweak off my wife for sure. Anytime anything happens, I'm a tweak for my wife, right? Anytime I feel like she being disrespected. But I feel like Will smacked somebody he knew wasn't gonna put the motherfucking hands on him. And that's just it. And he smack him that hard. Bro got like 60 pounds on Chris Rock, 80 pounds on Chris Rock. Can't even have to get his feet together. I mean, it looked like a soft ass slap to me too. You feel me? So that's how I feel about the situation. I think it was some goofy shit. The nigga made a joke. He's a comedian. That's what they do. If you ever go to a comedy show, regardless of the setting, bro, a comedian, they make fun of the goofy nigga in the room. They make fun of the funniest looking person in the room. They'll find you in a corner of the building in the back with your hood on and sunglasses on and cook you because you got sunglasses on the inside, man. That's what they do. So I don't think it was disrespect to his wife. Y'all talk about August Alsina. I feel like when August Alsina, when he came out, the way he came out about it, that was disrespectful because they ain't had no discussion or no agreement that it was cool for him to speak about it, and he spoke about it. I feel like Will should have slapped him regardless of the shit. And I feel like Will ain't slap him because August Alsina young guys would have put their hand on his ass. And that's just it. That's how I feel about it. He bullied a nigga that wasn't gonna work his ass out.
Again,
hold tight, Sabio. Salute to Rocky, the host of Writer's Corner right here on Paradigm Shift TV on Sundays. We'll let y'all know when we're gonna have our next show. I'm gonna go back around, let everybody close out, because me and Black Lion gotta go save our wives too. B Wash, it's on you.
Yeah, so my own thing is this. Like I said before, it's crazy because I'm agreeing with Black Lion and Savio on this. I'm not promoting violence, but at the end of the day, if I as a man approach any other man about what not to do or stop saying this and stop saying that, and you do it anyway, regardless of all the backstory, if you violate that, then you're gonna get stepped to. I understand it could be wrong, and Will admitted that he was out of line or whatever, because it still was wrong. But I told you, And it actually might look even worse if I told you I was going to handle you next time that you say something to my wife and you say something about my wife and I don't handle it. The only thing I would say also about Will is that you got to pretend Will ain't no small dude either, right? Dude like 6'2", 6'3", trained fully for Ali. Like, you know, he might got some hands on him too. And he been an action movie star for a while now. So I ain't saying Will just a slouch. He's still from West Philly. But on the other side, because I hear people say, oh, if he would have if it was The Rock up there or whatever, he would have smacked him. Well, that's assuming that The Rock wouldn't have the integrity to not violate a man that asked him to not speak on his wife, because that's the other side to it. Is that would somebody like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if Will Smith had approached him and said, hey man, can you not mention my wife anymore? I know you said some stuff in the past. Can you not do it? I feel like The Rock the type of man that would honor that, and even other people. I don't know, Billy Crystal and all these other people, but I'm just saying, from what I understand of Will's background, him being from he from the hood, and he approached that man and told him to keep my wife's name out your mouth, and you openly said it. And with all the background, he been with his wife through this alopecia battle. Even if Chris didn't know it, again, I say the same thing. When our brother Chadwick Boseman was going through it, everybody was clowning, because ain't nobody know what was going on. And I would imagine how his brother, his mother, his father, his soon to be wife, how they was feeling. How I'm pretty sure they wanted to put hands on people because they knew what they loved one was going through, and people was clowning him about how skinny he was getting and all kind of stuff like that. So it's just, you don't know what people going through with their whole families, and you don't know how they're going to react when they see public disrespect in their face. Again, still not condoning that Will should go do it, but it's an emotional moment, and a lot of things going through that man's mind. And the only thing I leave with this is that as an actor, and he kind of low-key said it in his speech, is that sometimes they embody the last people or persons that they were enacting. And anybody who's seen King Richard or know anything about Richard Williams, he clearly embodied who Richard Williams was. And he may have taken that attitude even to heart. It happens. I mean, he legend died because he tried to go too hard to be a Joker. Even Denzel talked about how it took a while for him to get out of that Malcolm X character because he embodied Malcolm X. So sometimes those actors embody the people who they are, and if you know anything about Richard Williams ain't taking nothing from nobody about his. For real. So he may have, in that moment, it just been too much, and just, look, I done told you, I'm embodying this person, Richard Williams, who already about that life, and I done told this dude on multiple occasions. It is what it is. Again, not condoning it, but I understand. And so, I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, it's on different sides throughout all our community. But I'll leave with this. I agree with Roland Martin, is that I don't think we as black people should get caught up in those games of trying to co-sign with the white majority what side they want to be on. Because I'll be honest, the white elites, in my opinion, don't give a damn about Will or Chris, if you want my opinion. So they really just want a reason to eviscerate another black man, in my opinion. And so I'm not about to get on that train with them. Seeing people like Tom Segura calling Jada Pinkett Smith a bald head black bitch. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what he said, calling her a black bitch, and all these other people calling her bald headed. People like Judd Apatow calling Will Smith a monster and a savage and all kind of stuff like that. Nah, bro, you can disagree with his actions, but calling him something, putting him like he just an unchanged black man that don't know how to handle his business, that he just out of control and going to slap everybody, disrespecting another black woman, calling her a black bitch as white men. That's kind of stuff to me that this slap revealed in the public sphere of a lot of white people and their opinions about black women and about black men. Because I'm gonna leave and say with this was buddy with the Oscars, right? The Oscars should have handled their business too, but they didn't. So if I'm Chris Rock, I'm like, wait a second, I done hosted here. I'm supposed to be y'all boy, and y'all let this happen to me and just let it keep rolling. If I'm Chris, I'm looking at the white Oscar people the same way. Like, wait on a second, how much do you really care about my black body? So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Leave it to be washed to make you think. Go ahead, Black Lion.
I mean, be Wash is right on point, man. It's you know, I'll say this. You know, when Will gave his speech, he explained why you have to smile and be gal when people are saying offensive things to you in that business. He made it clear. He gave you an explanation to anyone who wants to say that he laughed during the joke. That's what you have to do in that business. So he explained to you then why he would have still been laughing or whatever. But when you look at your woman, something said about your woman or whatever the point may be, and you see the look on her face, you see the hurt in her face. Anybody that loved a woman, you might snap. You might lose it. If you see that really hurts your woman and you really care about her, you really love her, you might snap, even if it's inappropriate or not. You might just go there. But you want to say Billy Crystal this and this, that, and the third. Look, he's dead now. But if John Gotti would have been sitting in that audience and his wife would have had some type of condition, I guarantee you Chris Rock wouldn't have said a damn thing about his wife. Not one damn word. He wouldn't have said one word about a lot of white men's wives in that audience. Guarantee you that. He wouldn't have. And especially if he knew that man's wife has some type of condition. So it's that goes both ways when y'all bring up, well, Billy Crystal would have, man, this man wouldn't have said all that about none of those people's wives either, bro. That goes both ways. And so this dude has been getting away with this for a long time. He's been making his little comments and saying stuff and hiding behind the comedic badge for a long time. And just this time he got checked for it. It is what it is. I mean, we act like we don't see this every day. Every day we see, when I was coming up, every day we see somebody cross the line with a man and then gets checked. It is what it is. This is not nothing brand new. Will Smith didn't do nothing that we haven't all seen before. We've all seen it before. It just happened to be at a place where we have never seen that happen on that type of platform before. I wish it would have never happened. I wish it would have never went that far. But at the same time, I understand it because, like I said, when you care and love your woman, then you're going to stand up for her no matter what. And I think a lot of these men, I'm not talking about nobody particularly on this panel, but I think a lot of men, especially online and that's making a lot of these comments, calling that woman out her name and stuff, they have been through where they done lost a woman, and now they want to take it out and hate on every woman that they see. That's not the woman that broke your heart. That's not the woman that 2-timed you or stepped out on you. You can't take your abuse out and your anger out on every woman because you got your feelings hurt by one. It is what it is. So, like P said, we got some business to handle. I don't want to be long, but I'm just saying, fam, this happens. It's been happening. We grew up watching this happen, and it's gonna happen again. We're gonna hear about it. Something like this happen again. Might not be on a platform like this, but it's gonna happen again. But thanks, Pete, for allowing me to come up and say something. Peace to the panel.
No.
Shout out to you, Leandre. Proud of you, bro. And I'll holler at you, tomorrow or something, Pete.
hey, to quote the supreme sellout in the world, Jesse Lee Peterson. Amazing. Because Black Line Supreme disagrees with me and agrees with my brother Leandre.
Facts. So, I gotta give it to him. I got to.
Hey, that's
peace, family.
Up. All right,
peace, bro. Y'all. Peace.
Sabio.
Yo, what up with it? I just want to say that people really just need to really calm down and really look at shit from their angle and how they might have responded in that situation. There's only so much you're going to take from a person after you done warned them. you know, and I understand people want to say that Will Smith overreacted, and I do agree with that to an extent. But again, no one knows what him and his wife had went through. No one knows what they had went through, and no one knows what they had went through on that particular morning or day. So for any one of us to be sitting here saying what we're saying, we're really doing it out of speculation and what we saw. Don't do that and put them in a place where they don't need to be. You know, they're going through enough already. So let them work out their situation and their life. And if you rock with them, continue to rock with them. Don't let that be the reason you stop fucking with them, because I'm sure not finna stop fucking with them.
Look at Sabio sounding all reasonable and whatnot. All right, my brother, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, peace.
Peace. All right, let me let Rocky close out 10K. I'm saving you for last. Go ahead, Rocky.
All right, I want to say this, right? I'm gonna try to make it short as possible, y'all. I feel like this. We all got something going on at the crib. We all got something going on. We all got shit we go through. We all got problems. Ain't nobody perfect, right? But one thing as black folks, what we did grow up doing is we grew up making fun of all the things that was wrong with us and our imperfections and laughing and learning how to deal with the shit. I don't think nobody on this panel, right? If you ever got to fighting as a kid, right? I don't believe nobody on this panel won every fight. A nigga can lie and say that, but I don't believe it, right?
Right.
Even if you did.
I won every fight, man.
But see, you a big dude. See, AP Aki, see, I ain't got no discrimination. You feel me? When it's up, it's up. You 6'7", 6'8", you 6'5", you feel me? I can't let you treat me no type of way. But anyway, so anyway.
You just gave me hella inches too. I ain't number 6'2".
No. I know you ain't that tall. I'm just saying, like, regardless, you feel me? It's when it's time to stand on business, you gotta stand on business as a man, right? But what I'm saying about that is, right? You maybe you got a busted lip or something from a fight, right? You grow in your family, that shit hurt you. You feel me? Your shit busted. You could have put the beats on Buddy, but your shit busted. So what's the first thing they gonna do? They gonna goofy you. It's over with. You feel me? They on your head. So I don't know about the whole don't speak on my wife thing. He made a joke, and if you look at G.I. joint, that look exactly like Jada, yo. I just keep it in a fuck. This shit funny to me, bro. Cause I'm like, damn, that's what they take Jada and whitewashed it or some shit. You feel me? That's how I feel. But anyway, regardless, everybody got something going on at home. So when you come outside, they don't give you the right to just snap and just tweak off the handle when somebody say something to you, bro. That's like me having that's like my wife making me mad and I'm leaving the house, right? And I see somebody and I'm feeling some type of way about maybe I had to throw on some old dirty shoes or some shit. Maybe I ain't got no extra shoes and they clowning me for my shoes, so I just tweak and snap on Buddy. That's goofy to me. And on top of it, real men, see, men don't get in fights with just anybody because 9 times out of 10, the way our brains work, our old hunter-gatherer style brains, we think about shit before we do it. Most of us think about shit before we do it. See, what you do when you get in a fight with a man is, I don't care how big a motherfucker is, you're going to run a risk of getting injured or possibly even killed because you don't know what this dude, what type of training he got. You don't know what you're running in with, Buddy, right? So you know before you act and before you wild out, you're going to think. And we done all been in situations where you know somebody's soft and you know somebody's soft that they talk crazy, but when it's time for that time, they get soft. You feel me? So I personally think it was one of them situations with Will, and he knew he wasn't gonna do nothing to him. He knew he wasn't gonna, especially the occasion, right? I ain't calling Chris Rock soft, but I'm saying you in the middle of hosting the Oscars, right? And somebody just walked up to you and smacked you, like, how the fuck you know what I mean? You supposed to react. Most of us instantly, we don't go. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? Most of us instantly. I see your head coming, it's something going right after. It's gonna hit you back. But Chris Rock, he reacted differently. He was probably throwed off and shit. Like, what the hell? Did this nigga really just slap me in the Oscars?
Exactly.
Are you serious? After I told a joke and everybody in the room laughed.
Like
Exactly, bro. So I see it still like as some bullying stuff. Because I say this, he didn't say anything that was disrespectful. If he would have said, wow, I'm gonna feel this slap in August or some shit like that, see, that would have been out of pocket. You feel me? If he would have mentioned that, that would have been out of pocket. But just because I take my wife to a comedy show, the comedian make fun of the jacket she got on, I'ma just crash out. That don't make no sense. When we talk about as a man, that's not some man shit. That's some little baby shit, if you ask me. I mean, it was a funny joke, bro. She looked just like the woman. You know what I mean? I'll close out with that.
That's what's up. All right, my brother. Let me know what we got going on coming up. Cap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. All
right, bro. Dre, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so I was listening to everybody. I'm just gonna say two things. One, if Chris Rock was really malicious and disrespectful, then he would have monetized it even more on his comedy tour, and he would have just kept talking about it if he was going to play it that way. Number two, contrary to what Sabio said, the Oscars is a comedic atmosphere mixed with the seriousness of them handing out the awards. This is why they always hiring comedians. One, because they say they suppress the egos of these actors, and two, because they say comedians are quick on their feet, and if anything goes wrong with teleprompter or if anything goes wrong with the actual scheduling, a comedian could just like fill in the gaps, right? Hence why they give them the monologue time. Secondly, as far as that, look, people can have their how can I say this? People can have their this vantage point of like it's being emotional, our opinions and all that stuff. That's cool. Once again, I said that ad nauseum. It's in a man to protect anything he loves and cherishes. But at what's the cost though? Like, let's just say he already resigned from the academy. So what's to say if his career goes in a downward spiral? Was it worth it then, right? Because once again, it's not like Chris Rock can't get touched outside of this forum of the Oscars if that was what's going to happen. What did we prove then? Did we prove that a bigger man can smack a smaller man if he's disrespectful? Are we creatures of logic or creatures of just hyper emotion, right? So that's the thing. We all have triggers. I said that as well. We all have things that's going to take us over the top. But if you're going to get up there and cry after, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, because I was trying to say the first, I forgot. I'm so tired of when we make these decisions, then it's the devil come for you at the top. So the devil don't come from the poor man who's living in the ghetto, who's walking past poverty and possibly getting shot on his way to work. So the devil don't come for the working man. So the devil come for the guy who win the Oscars at the top.
Sleeping under a bridge, stomach.
Right. So the devil don't come for them. Right. The devil don't come for them. Lord Jesus. The devil don't come for the guy that got to figure out how to make ends meet and get to work. But the devil gonna come for a guy who's dealing with his own stuff and who just won an Oscar. Like, that was the craziest thing ever. Like, but nonetheless, I'm gonna just say I agree with you. The smack didn't have to happen. He's human, so I'm not gonna say we make mistakes. We're human. To err is human. But the smack didn't have to happen because, like I said, if Chris Rock was gonna play it a certain way, he could have did it a whole stand-up about it. He had 2 opportunities since he's been on tour. Maybe that smack corrected him. Who knows? That's speculation as well. But that's all I'm gonna say. I'll just say I agree.
All right, man. I appreciate it, bro. Captain K.
I could not believe my ears tonight. Black men have become weaker and weaker to think that standing up for your woman is, going against that soft ass joke. slapping her for that. I mean, slapping Chris Rock for that soft ass joke. I mean, he didn't even go in like we know he could have. You understand? Come on, there's plenty of things that he could have said about this woman and her behavior, her adultery, her drug use, her career being damn near ended completely because of her drug use. That's what brought her and August Alsina together was drugs. You understand? It wasn't no goddamn Will Smith just can't have sex. Not after all these years. You understand? You talking about the man can't please you? That's ridiculous. And then to humiliate this man the way that she did, and they claim that she needed to be defended from something. You understand? Where is Will Smith's honor at? You know what I mean? To where this woman is dog. And see, that's the thing, man. Is that you could turn around and say and do anything to anybody else, but you just better not say that black woman. You know what I'm saying? They acted like this is the first damn woman to ever be cracked on at the Oscars. I watched a bunch of them, and everybody gets talked about. You know what I'm saying? Holding back because you got alopecia. Ain't nobody holding back with you. You understand? Going in on everybody, man. This is ridiculous. What I'm hearing, and like I said, it's true. It's evident that black men have been beat down to powder in this place. Where the
your mic acting up, Cap. Your mic acting up. Yeah, you sound like a Decepticon.
Oh damn! Hold on, let me take it off.
You good now? You good now?
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, black men act like they have nothing else to turn around and defend. What about all these little girls that live in some of y'all houses that's getting molested, and in some of y'all families that's getting molested that you ain't standing up for? You understand? What about some of these little girls that's on the internet that you know is talking to grown nasty ass men and then come up missing? You understand? What area is that? Where they got over 200 children missing here? You understand? Black children. I don't hear nobody defending them, but the ISUPK. You understand? I don't hear nobody trying to defend that. Want to slap the hell out of these perverts for molesting and raping our women and our children. I don't hear none of that. But you're gonna go to war over a joke in an atmosphere where you know the jokes are coming. And then that old bullish that B Wash is saying, talking about he had a previous conversation with him and told him to not to say nothing about his wife no more. And then he was wrong, but if you get slapped, then with it, man, that's hypocritical, man. That's all hypocritical. You understand? You can't say that you was wrong and say that you was right. It's one or the other. Either you wrong or you was right. Either you was justified or you unjustified. It's one or the other. It can't be both. It's never both. And it's ridiculous. Nobody knows if they had a previous conversation. I looked at some previous videos with Chris Rock talking about Will, his kids, and every damn thing. And wasn't no fight, wasn't no slap behind it. Wasn't no news talking about Will Smith slaps Chris Rock for joke about his kids. You understand? Come on, man. Like that's some sucker-ish, man. That's weak. That is weak. You ain't got nothing else to defend the black woman on. You got women that's being stalked by people, man. You understand? And nobody is defending them. You got sisters that's getting they'll take it on a simplistic level. They getting ripped off when they go get their cars fixed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, DMG? They getting ripped off when they go, oh, you need a motor, and all they need is an oil change. Right. You understand? And nobody's defending the black woman on that. But you want to defend her on a soft ass joke Like now that is ridiculous. And then to put an S on your weak chest,
you see these dudes sitting in the car while they women pumping gas. Just little minor thing.
Come on, that's what I'm saying, man. And you put an S on your weak chest, talking about something. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, you right. Yeah, he should have slapped them and this and that. That's just what happened. That's weak, man. And that was weak as hell. You understand? And like you said, DMG, he didn't slap August Alsina for having his wife's name in not only in his mouth, in his songs, and everything else in his mouth, her mouth, and whatever else the hell they was doing. You ain't had the same energy. You understand? For that ain't his goddamn wife. She been not his wife a long time ago. The first time she cheated. You understand? She just don't want Will no more. That's all that is. She been not desiring that brother for a long time now. Why? Because she done gave that body and that spirit to somebody else. And to sit here and say you're defending a whore's honor, whores have no honor, man. You can't defend no whores. You cannot do. You can't take away the humiliation, adultery, and everything. You should have slapped him. Yeah, you was right.
Your mic again, Cap. Your mic.
Oh, I see it's my internet doing because the screen was flipping when you said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I got so much I can say about this DMG. It's just ridiculous, man.
We're gonna do a captain's corner Sunday and finish the conversation because it's a lot can be said.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because I mean, this is and then to hear the brother Leandre, as intelligent as he is, he couldn't even get that shit out his mouth right. You understand? He couldn't even get it out his mouth right to try to defend and support Will Smith in this buffoonery, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some it's on site. Like, come on, man. You know,
the brothers feel how they feel, man. But check it out. We got we got JJ 7000 in the building. He must didn't hear me when I said I had to go make sure I rescue my wife and keep my wife safe from a night.
I just want to chime in on it real quick.
From a night without passion. So
right.
keep it under 2 minutes if you can.
I got it.
I gotta save my wife and defend my wife from a night without passion.
There you go. To me, I think it's a humiliation ritual for Hollywood. I don't even think this shit is real. See, like I say, it's about ratings, right? That's all it's about. Think about it, man. The Oscars ain't had no ratings. Their ratings have dropped over and over again for the longest, for like 10 years straight. And now there's a black dude that's running the department of running the thing, running the show. He wants to bring us in to act a goddamn buffoon. That's all it is. It's nothing but a distraction, man. And what it's doing, it's got us talking. But Will Smith has been under the humiliation ritual for a long time because you got to think about it. When you're in Hollywood, you either gonna have to sacrifice somebody, you're gonna have to do the homosexual gay act like Puff Daddy. He running through all these goddamn singers. Or you're going to have to do pedophilia or get humiliated. Will Smith been kissing his damn son in the mouth for goddamn years, humiliating that boy. Now look at him now. He running around posing for Vogue magazine and dresses. This ain't nothing but a goddamn agenda, bro. Y'all need to wake up and see what the hell going on. And like I say, Chris Rock got humiliated, right? His tickets was $45, bro. After that slap of humiliation, you gotta go see. You gotta pay $400 to see Chris Rock. But that's what he had to get. That's part of the Hollywood. I ain't gonna say Illuminati, but that's a part of their cartel or whatever you want to call it, bro. You're gonna go through humiliation. You're gonna have to sacrifice somebody, or you're gonna have to do some old pedophile shit. And Hollywood is weird as hell, man. They changing their little boys to girls. Charlize Theron. She adopted 2 black African boys, and then now you see them now. She got them dressing around like a goddamn little girls. And 20 years from now, they're gonna be in front of the damn camera, and you ain't gonna know what it is. You're gonna think it's a woman, bro. So all I'm saying is, This shit is not real. I'm telling you. But if you want to promote your channel, like right now, what you do, you put Will Smith slap me too, and you go on all these other channels and you put your link in there. That's how I got like 40 new subscribers doing that, bro. It's clickbait. It's clickbait. But with that being said, hey, why Gabar Lee? I want you to tell the world, bro. 10-0 them. Go ahead, man. Tell the world.
Everybody that was in the chat that night saw the poll. He know about the poll.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Hey, listen. What I need you to do is what we talked about earlier, so y'all can have that debate, man.
We can talk behind the scenes. You know, it works both ways, bro. It worked both ways. But
real talk.
I'm waiting for my flyer because this is unprecedented, unheard of. A debater get 10-0.
I've been trying to find the screenshot because I wanted to have the actual screenshot. But it's all good.
But yeah, I just want to chime in on that, man. This shit ain't real, bro. Y'all got to think about it. It's a distraction. Look, now they ain't talking about the war no more. They talking about Chris Rock come on before the war now, getting slapped.
Ain't nobody talking about gas and nothing.
Ain't nobody talking about gas.
$5 a gallon. But hey, check it out. I appreciate everybody coming on. JJ 7000, salute to the Lions Den. Salute to my little brother Rocky and everybody else. My brother Leandre fell off, but we had a good discussion, I think. And so we'll be back at it again, family. For those who stuck around, we appreciate y'all. I gotta go, protect my wife. And so we out of here. Paradigm Shift TV 314. Peace.